What's good, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As today, it is Monday. That means we're going to take the simulator on a test. It is our mock draft Monday. But before we do dive into that mock draft, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video, as I will keep this draft content going out throughout the week, throughout the month of April, even afterwards to give us our draft recap. So you do not want to miss out on anything that I have diving into the Kansas City Chiefs. So be sure to subscribe. Before diving into the simulator, I do want to go through a few things on what I look out for when I do these simulators. And I try to make it as realistic as I can, if I can. So 9 times out of 10, almost 10 times out of 10, I'm going to trade back in this simulator, which for anyone who doesn't know means I'm going to either trade back from the 29th and go back into the second round, or trade back from the 30th and go into the second round. Only scenarios I will not do that, and which you guys will see, is if there's a stud wide receiver on the board, if there's a stud cornerback on the board, or if there so happens to be a stud pass rusher. Those are the 3 positions I feel KC is heavily at need. So if one of those star players happen to be there, like top tier 1, that could be like a 15-20 pick, end up falling to KC, I'm nabbing them. I'm picking them up. But if all those positions happen to clear, this is the depth of this draft. So we're going to go back into the second round and stockpile some picks and build a team that way. But without further ado, let's jump right into this mock draft simulator. Alright guys, so we're diving straight into this. As you see, I got the board set up. I'm going to do 3 rounds again. Kansas City Chief edition, so you know what's good. Hopefully I got this set up a little better than last time. Last time I noticed it cut off the whole left side completely, where you couldn't see who was already drafted on this side. Hopefully that'll pop up. That way we can see what players are being picked. We can recap and, kind of analyze on what areas KC can dive into. But with that, let's get this thing started and let's start round 1. There we go. So like I said, key positions I'm looking out here is, I don't like how this started already. I'm going to rework this and stop this, because sometimes this can be very accurate and close, and we'll play it out all the way through. But when you have Garrett Wilson going number 2, you got Amon Garner going number 3, which you never know how the draft goes, but I highly doubt Garrett Wilson is going number 2. So I'm going to redo this one, because there have been, and I've been thinking it's being better, but as of there, it hasn't been. So I'm just going to reject these 2 because I'm not going to pay it no mind. We're going to hit restart. And 3 rounds. Chiefs. Let's draft. Come on. Give me a better start. Evan Neal. Kyle Hamilton. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. It's more realistic than the last one. Yeah, it's starting off more well, you never know. So we'll go this route, because I'm not going to keep exiting out. Like we know, these simulators, they will never be accurate. But we got to try to get it close, and that's what we will do. But like I said, we're going to focus on edge rushers, wide receivers, and cornerback. If they are all gone, the top ones, we are trading back. Okay, so let's look at it. And damn. So there's 3 names on the board right away, and we will focus on it. Let's get this trade proposal off the board. So 3 off the bat you see. You guys know I love Daxton Hill, so that's an easy selection there. Drake London, another easy selection there. And then Trent McDuffie. You're basically, those are very solid. Like, very, very solid. Like, you're guaranteed 2 of those players with these 2 picks. Usually, I'm trading one of these picks. I don't know if I'm doing that here. And if it was more in need, think. I love Daxton Hill. I love him a lot. Drake London, even in simulators, you hardly see him fall this far. So that's a solid pick also too. But I do want my extra picks in the second round. So let's go back to the trade offer, see what we got. So Baltimore, they're offering pick 45, which is a solid pick, and 2023's second round pick, which is not bad either, but I don't know. I don't like to look into the future like that. I like to look in it right now, so I don't really like that. And then Detroit, they're offering pick 32. What I'm going to do, and it's just because I'm a huge fan, and it's because if you guys caught my last mock draft too, where it was just my edition, no simulator whatsoever, I went with Daxton Hill. And I just think it's the obvious pick. Trent McDuffie is something you're not going to see there either. And that's a great fall right there. Definitely with a need, like in cornerback, and you need a number one. And you need Daxton Hill, but like safety is covered, so it's hard to say. But you need cornerback. I'm going to reject both these two. I'm definitely picking here. I think my selection is going to be between either Trent McDuffie or Daxton Hill. And why am I limiting out Drake London? He would be great on this team. Like, he'd be a great weapon, no doubt. But the wide receivers in this draft, they are loaded. So I feel like you can nab one in the second round. So what I'm going to do here, and also if I got a good trade offer, which 45 is not a bad trade offer, but I don't really care for next year's. If I got multiple, like a second and a third, that would have made things a lot more interesting. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the game just because it's rarely ever there. I'm going to go Trent McDuffie. And then now we got some trades. That's what I'm talking about. Now New Orleans makes it really interesting. You get pick 49, you get pick 98, and you get second round for 2023. I like it. It's a good one. And then Detroit come back a little later with pick 32 and pick 97. They kind of made a better offer than their last one. So they're showing they really want someone. To me, it sucks that I'm going to bypass a Daxton Hill, but there is another guy I like on here, which I do not know if he'll be available at 49. And then we got pick 50, which you got to keep in mind also. So another safety I do like, which Chiefs fans got to keep their eyes out for. There's going to be names like a Travis Jones, defense tackle, and then Lewis Cine, a safety, which you will see his name right here. Like, don't be surprised if KC goes that route in the first round, because these are up-and-coming players. Definitely Travis Jones had an amazing Senior Bowl. Lewis Cine, he's coming on the scene real quickly. Like, don't be surprised on any of that. I know a lot of you guys are a big fan of Devontae Wyatt. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit, trying to have new creativity here, because I have had him in my last mock draft too. So trying to see any situations we can to succeed, and just, I don't want us to be surprised on draft day. So I'm trying to like mock every type of situation and scenario the Chiefs can go. And also, I think it's very, very rare that KC is going to keep both these draft picks. And if they do, they'll trade up. I think they'll trade up for the receiver, cornerback, or edge rusher they want. I'm not going to trade up because I've done this so many times where it's a struggle trying to find a perfect trade and then have the simulator actually agree with you on it. What did Detroit offer me? 32 and 97. I could play the game again and go back 2 spots and see who's on the board. And if I like it, take who I like or hope for a better trade. I think I'm going to go with Detroit just because I don't want 49 and 50 back-to-back like I have here, because I got to draft eventually. So I already got my cornerback I need for the future. So let's just accept this trade with Detroit, fall back 2 picks, see who they want, and let's go from there. That could be actually very realistic too. I don't know if he'll fall down this far. And now Detroit wants to trade pick 34. That could be very realistic that Detroit trades up a little bit to get Desmond Ridder to jump ahead of Seattle, then to Seattle to get Sam Howell, because they both need quarterbacks. So, see, this is where it's weird, because I feel like the simulator knows sometimes, and then it's just completely weird, like Garrett Wilson, second pick. You don't see it. Let's see what we have here. I would love to trade out of this, but then again, would I? Like, we're at pick 32, and Drake London's still there. Like, I know it's not that many extra back, but he's still there. But 34 and 2023 third, this I like a lot. And I like this a lot too, because now I'm going to be banking on something. At pick 44, I'd be banking. My next pick, I really want Lewis Cine. I really want him. And if I want him bad enough, I don't want to pick him at 32, which... And like I said, he might get picked in the first round. These players are starting to shoot out the board. So realistically, it could happen. But in a simulator world, even though I'm trying to make it realistic as possible, I want to get my value And 44 might be my value there. Let's look at the next one. I like 39 and 71 a lot better too. I think I'm going to accept the Bears offer here and get double picks. I'm going to get a second round pick and I'm going to get a third round pick and just create through this depth in this draft, and we're going to go with this. And let's have fun. Watch you get drafted right here by the Bears. Drake London. That makes sense too. Makes perfect sense because Bears need wide. Ooh. As you guys see, I got bit in the ass. Lewis Seen off the board at 37. And that's the thing with and then another one too, Jalen Petrie. So I might have bit myself like completely in the ass here because now you don't have any of your safeties. Like, I'll go through the board. I'm going to reject both these trades because now I really do need a draft. Yeah, I need to pick some players. I thought I got bit in the ass and I didn't. This won't happen in real life, guys. It really won't. But the fact that you had both your picks there and then Daxton Hill's available, I don't even have to second guess it. I thought someone took him. They didn't. I'll take him. You know how much I want him as a Kansas City Chief. You get him at pick 39, excellent value. And now we just wait a little. I think solid. I know people like, damn, you didn't focus on wide receiver. The defense is the huger need here. And do I know if KC will go this route? I don't know that. But, hey, it is what it is. And the simulator works wild because, like you see right on the side before I even reject this trade, you got Jahan Dotson still available. You'll have a Sky Moore still available. Like, this draft is so deep. But I could still play the game. Like, I might want to still build this defense. I know a lot of people are big Jahan Dotson fans, and I'm starting to get there too. I really like his tape and where he's coming. I think he could be a good addition in KC. But the needs on this team are strictly defense. Don't let it fool you. KC will go wide receiver earlier than this, but I'm going to start having fun. I'm going to go Arnold Ebiketie, but let's view what we have on this board. Do I want to go Arnold Ebiketie now? Now, this could be up for debate too. Like I said, I love Travis Jones. His game, like what he did at the Senior Bowl, just bullying people. I think it's actually really good value here. You got a Jahan Dotson, Travis Jones, Boye Mafe. A lot of people are big fans of. I'm not, so that might mean he is the Kansas City Chief. Arnold Ebiketie, Chad Moma, Christian Harris, Kyler Gordon. We already got that out of the way. George Pickens, Cameron Thomas. There's the depth in this draft is crazy. Jalen Tolbert is starting to really grow on me here, and if the receivers start flying off the board, he might be someone I'm looking at 62 because I like his game a lot too. But as you see, Sky Moore, I'm going to try to avoid that pick because earlier on I've been making that selection. But if they force my hand and if I got to take Sky Moore, I will. But I think this is an insult to have him rated at 70 unless something's happened in this last week to where his rating has fallen. He might be a first-round pick, early second-round pick. He's not going in the third round. It's just not going to happen. So where I'm going to focus here, we'll scroll up. And honestly, Drake Jackson, too, a great edge rusher. Did we even tackle edge? And that's the thing. Well, what are we, a Daxton and Trent McDuffie? As much as I like Travis Jones, I think you have to address edge. So if I'm addressing the edge rusher, it's between Arnold Ebiketie and Drake Jackson, and it's whose game you like better. And they both are really good. Drake Jackson is probably more raw. But something tells me I want to go Drake Jackson because I feel like his stock is just going to keep going higher and higher and higher until we get there. And I think that's mostly due to the fact, like I said, those second-tier edges, it gets slim. It doesn't get slim, but the depth does change when you get past that first tier. And then you got the back half of the first round needing those edge rushers where they might have to reach and pull these guys like a Drake Jackson or Arnold Ebiketie. I'm going to go Arnold Ebiketie. I'm not going to waste any more of y'all time. We're going to get to pick 62, I think it is our next one. Right now, we're building a good defense. I know that for a fact. We're building a solid defense. I was gonna make it more interesting, and it could get interesting actually here. So, Browns, I'm gonna deny that. I need to go to the offense side of the ball. I can't be playing any more games now. We need the wide receiver. As you see, the ones that pop up right away is George Pickens, and you got Jalen Tolbert and John Mechie. I did John Mechie on our last simulator. I really like the pick. A lot of people think that's too soon for him, so I understand that also. But let's view the wide receivers we have on the board. You got George Pickens, you got John Mechie, Jalen Tolbert, Sky Moore. A lot of people like Romeo Dobbs. I haven't seen too much film of him. I've seen quick highlights. Not a bad prospect, but I don't know if he really fits in KC style. Again, I'm not in the organization. I could be wrong. I think here, though, again, another unrealistic one because I don't think he'll be here at the end of round 2. But you got to go with it. Go with George Pickens. I know he's coming off ACL, but he's an athletic freak, tall, big body. If he didn't have the injury, he would have easily been a top 15 pick. So this is a steal, like right off the get-go. Do I want to trade with Denver? No, I don't. Well, again, so I got 2 offers. 75 is not too far away. 104, yeah, Rams, you can get out of my face with that shit. We're rejecting that one for sure. And here's the thing. Do I go back-to-back wide receivers? I mention it all the time, too. KC is going to get multiple receivers in this draft. I don't care what anyone says. It's going to happen. We got a Daxton Hill. There's some it just sucks because right here when it gets past like Zion, McCollum, like, and I don't know too much about these guys under here, so do leave a comment down below. I will check out more of these cornerbacks. You guys do know I love Marcus Jones. I do know some of them, but let me know in the comments down below how you guys are feeling with these people too, because with these cornerbacks especially, because there's a lot of like highlights, tapes I gotta watch, and I'm just missing out on. So I know Kobe Bryant, Cam Taylor-Britt. I don't even want to say his last name because I always miss it, but Jalen Davis, and then Mario Goodrich. But when it comes to here, I get lost, and it's like, do I really want to invest in 2 cornerbacks? I kind of do. Let's see what we're looking like edge-wise. You can't do that to me. I'm going to show up our edge. You guys know I love Cameron Thomas. And definitely at the beginning of the 3rd round, if he's there at the beginning of the 3rd round, I think that's a solid addition. Definitely right here. So I'm going to go with Cameron Thomas. You could say, do you want to trade? And because what was our trade offer before I ignore it completely? It's nothing. Like a 2023 4th? No. I'm not focused on next year right now. I'm focused on the now. So we're going to get Cameron Thomas now. You get Cameron Thomas and Arnold Ebiketie. Woo! Pass rush for the future. You got to love it. Now here's where we kind of wait a little to 94. And players stop falling off the board. What I could do, I don't know if it'll be. I was going to say he just left. I was going to say go for Kobe Bryant at 94. He ain't there, though. Rams, you keep the same offer every different round. Nah. I'm going to make my final picks. Nah, Miami. Okay. So. We got edge. We got wide receiver. I wish there was a thing here where it could show you who you already drafted instead of going. Because I'd be forgetting Cameron Thomas, George Pickens, Arnold Ebiketie, Daxton Hill, Trent McDuffie. I would have loved another cornerback here. It's just me being, kind of greedy. But you can be. But I think that'd be perfect if you can get. And his value, like, that's where they. I rarely mark him down here with Cam Taylor-Britt, but I might have to jump on it. I always ignore him in every draft. I go with, like, a Zion because I like him probably a little more, but I don't know. Maybe I got to watch more of him. But I'm going to go Cam Taylor-Britt here, and we're going to nab that up at 94. And we're picking right about now. Rams, see? I don't know if you guys ain't seen it. They sure want to get rid of that pick 104. They want something desperately here. They ain't getting it from me, though. Same with Miami. You ain't getting it from me. Now, we got 97 and 103. I'm going to focus on offense on both of them. Wide receiver. So, last time I went with the visit Eric Ezukama. I like it a lot. It could still happen. There's also a lot of guys I like on here. Smaller guy, as in Calvin Austin, the fastest 40. He's actually a really good playmaker. I might actually go that route here. Tyquan Thornton, tall, kind of reminds you of a little, no, I don't want to say exactly, but MVS as in body stature-wise, so you can see that. A Wandale Robinson, too. You're getting good selections here. I think with this one, I'm going to go Calvin Austin the third. I don't know. I feel like he fits our team. And then we going to have our last pick, and my guy should be available. Andy isn't. Miami, they got us. I was going with James Cook at 103. I was actually pretty sold James Cook was going to be there at 103 too. That's the thing about these simulators. You never know what will happen. There are good backs. There are. I just wanted James Cook, man. That messed me up completely. Who's on the board? I know there's injury concerns there, but since I got screwed. Damone Clark, good linebacker. See, like, I don't even... that's what sucks when your whole draft process gets messed up off of one. Miami got me back because I never accepted the trades is what it was. So that was kind of a bummer. I think that's not too early. Like, I think it's good value at the end of the third round. I like Kyron Williams a lot, and I think he'd be great on this team. And I honestly think he'll probably be selected way higher than this. So unless I'm missing something, I haven't really been focused on running backs too much because it hasn't been too much of a team need. And also too, I know people are going to say, well, we just signed Ronald Jones. So, like, we don't need to address running back. You got Derek Gore on a tender. You're right. They might not have to address anything here. And as I'm saying it, I'm swaying myself out of it. I'm probably going to go the Damone Clark route. But you got to think, a Derek Gore is a one-year thing. Ronald Jones, we hope for the best, but you don't know exactly what may come. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, if he doesn't perform, like, what comes next year too also. So you could be with basically three backs that are kind of on the bubble right now. So you might want to address this position sooner rather than later. But again, too, I understand because is KC really going to roll with four backs headed into September? No, they're not. And definitely if you draft one at this position, someone's getting cut. Someone's odd man out. It might be Derek Gore. I don't think it'll be Ronald Jones because $5 million may not seem like a lot for 1 year, but for a 1 year deal and $5 million for a back, I think that is a lot. So, and it's not, before I get in the comments, it's not all guaranteed. It's incentives and all that. So watch for that. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go with the linebacker, Damone Clark, and hope he takes the third linebacking spot. And we're going to roll with that. And we're going to have fun with it. And then give us our results. So as you see, pick 29, Trent McDuffie. We had a great slide to us. Pick 39, we traded back out of 30. Had another great slide to us in Daxton Hill. Pick 50, Arnold Ebiketie. We're shoring up that pass rush. Get them in. George Pickens, I think he fit great in this receiving core. I know coming off ACL, people say he has some character issues also. Casey's never been shying away from that. So let's just hope the locker room, I guess helps mature a guy. But it's a winning culture. You can only hope for the best. I'm hoping for the best. I think he's an athletic freak. He's proven he's over the ACL injury, even off that one stellar catch in the championship game. Then you get another huge slide in Cameron Thomas at pick 71. Pick 94, you get another cornerback in Cam Taylor-Britt. Calvin Austin III, speedster. We love them. We need them. We're making the receiving core more diverse. You get your tall, big possession receivers. You get your speed guys. You get your slot guys. Casey's going to find every way to beat you in this receiving core. And then I think you get a sneaky pick in the linebacking core in Damone Clark. Good, solid linebacker. Injury concerns. But if that's all past him, that's a steal at pick 103. And with that, that's wrapping up this 3-round NFL mock draft simulator. It didn't go as exact as I wanted it to, but I think we picked up a lot of solid core players. I think we built up and buffed up this defense the way we needed to. We got 2 pass rushers. We doubled down on everything, and that's what double down on the positions of need also helps in the future. You guys let me know in the comments down below how you think I did. Tell me on players I should keep my eye out for. I might keep them up to date on any rankings I have. We're going to be diving into the defensive tackles on Wednesday, so you do not want to miss out on that. And then I will have my own mock draft on Friday, as I always do before draft season comes. So with that, you already know what to do. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do like this video, and I do appreciate y'all for checking in. I am checking out. Y'all take care.